Welcome. Thanks for tuning in today. Today's tip is going to be on standing poses, specifically for those more hip opening poses. And it's going to give you a general layout of where your feet should be, how your legs should be lined up, and how your arms should feel as you're in this pose. So we're going to go through those. You'll have adjustments that you can make for yourself and for your body and what your body needs. Have your blocks, maybe even have a chair or wall nearby if you need those. And give it a try as you go along. We'll also kind of get into a little bit of downward dog as well with the hip opening. And it's all hip opening today, standing poses. So when you're ready, come to standing. Have a block maybe handy at one side of your mat and then the other. If you only have one, you'll switch when we do sides. So with hip opening, you're opening your hips. You're trying to create space in between your hip bones, creating space in your inner thighs, and really opening yourself up. Right, so these hip opening, these standing hip openers. So with the first one, you want to make your feet nice and wide. And when they say wide, well, some people are like, okay, they're wide. Really make them wide, right? So I like to say as long as, if you were to connect a rope from your wrist to your ankle, that's how wide your legs should be. Now, some of you that might be too wide, so shorten a little bit, but generally that's as wide as you want them. And we'll practice stepping up from downward dog, and that might help too. But if you're standing in a class or you're stepping back in a class, opening those legs nice and wide. First one we're going to do, warrior two. Very frequent in many classes. So we'll start with our right side. Your right foot's going to turn out. Making sure always that those toes are pointing straight to the top of your mat. Don't have them pointing inside to your mat. Don't have them pointing outside. So you really want to protect that knee. So that's important that is pointing straight forward. Second part, you want to have your knee stacked right over your ankle. So depending if this is too much for you and you feel like this is too much, you're going to take that back foot, walk it in a little bit. So you're lifted a bit more. This thigh is not parallel to the floor, but your knee wants to be right over that ankle, not past your toes, right? So you want to stack it right over that ankle. Now say that this is a little too easy for you. You feel like you could go a little bit deeper. Again, adjust from the back foot, walk that back foot back. So maybe over time, you're stacking and that knee is at a 90-degree angle and you're opening. And then you're going to draw this foot out or this hip out. Arms are wide, right? If your shoulders are tight, palms can be up. But you want to reach with your arms without causing those shoulders to come up. And then just check, are your arms equal? Sometimes my back arm tends to do crazy weird things and I have to check it sometimes. So make sure they're reaching straight out from the shoulders. They're engaged, but not tight. Good, so as you're holding, front knee stacks over front ankle, and then check down and make sure that as you're looking straight ahead, you can peek down and you can see your big toe. If your knee is blocking your big toe, that means that your knee's drawing into the center line of your mat, and you don't want that. So I'm going to show you right from the front, right? If I'm bending into my knee's coming straight toward you here. But if my knee starts to do that, it causes a lot of irritation and stress on the inside joint. And you want to make sure that's not happening. So engage this outer hip, draw that knee out. So you're going to feel more of a sensation here, which means you might need to shorten your stance for a while. Not a problem. So that's warrior two, right? Let's try it together on the other side. Legs are wide, toes are parallel. Turn your left toe to the left side of your mat. Bend that front knee right into 90-degree angles. So 90-degree angle so that ankle is over the knee, right? See how it feels in your hips. Find your weight toward the back foot and then lengthen the arms up. Look over your front fingers and then just with your eyes look down, see if you can see your big toe. If you can't, draw that left knee toward the left side of your mat. And then breathe. Good. Take a break. Bring the feet back to parallel. Second pose, triangle pose. So legs are going to be nice and straight. So you turn out that right foot again. And you're going to have your feet heel to arch alignment. So that front heel is in line with your back arch. Now if you find that you feel like you're wibbly wobbly on that, you're going to take that right heel and walk it out so you're heel to heel alignment. That's just going to give you a little bit more space in your stance so you don't feel so wobbly. And you can do that with warrior two, this triangle, and also with side angle pose that we'll do next. So ground down. keep that front leg nice and straight. Lift up through the arms. And all you're going to do is kind of press that left hip out to the side. So you're creating this nice stretch on that front thigh already. So it's not necessarily you're bending here with both legs squared to the front. You're actually pushing that hip out to lengthen this right side waist. And then your hand maybe touches your shin. Maybe it touches the block, but you always want to have it behind you because this is an opening of the chest. It's not a forward fold. So again, if I were to show you from the side, coming straight at you, it wants to be sideways. A lot of times people get obsessed with touching the floor, so they make it a forward bend. And then this shoulder really hurts. You're not really getting that stretch. You want to lift it up, lengthen over, and open up. Notice it's sideways, right? So let's try the other side together. Feet are wide. Turn out the left toes. Good. Check that your feet are in line. Your back toes turn to the long end of your mat, the front toes to the front end of your mat. Spread the arms wide. Keep the legs active. Lift up through the lower belly, and then send that left arm over while the right hips go to the back. Good. And then that bottom arm's going to reach down, top arm's going to reach up. Open the chest. Lean it back. Hand's going to go behind the calf, whether it be to the block, the shin, or the floor. Good. And over time, lengthening that sideways down so the hand reaches down as the top arm reaches up. Good. Big inhale. And exhale, push yourself up. Good. Keeping the legs wide. So you have those legs nice and wide. And then this time we're going to go side angle pose, right? So from here, turn the right toes out again, check that alignment, and again, bend back into that front knee. Good. So you have that nice knee over ankle. Arms are going to go wide, but then this time you're going to take that right elbow, bring it to the right thigh. Press in and lift up, and then take that top arm up. So this is one variation of this pose. Second variation would be arm comes overhead, and you're, again, opening the chest, so you're not bending forward. Another variation, hand can come to the block or floor. So it can come behind. If it comes behind, press that right knee into the elbow. Keep opening the chest. Maybe it comes in front, press the elbow into the knee, open the hips, keep reaching overhead. And then eventually, maybe hand to the floor. But don't rush that over time. It gets a lot, really tight in the hips. And again, people tend to fold forward then. You want to keep opening the chest. So it's opening the chest, opening the hips. And then press into that front leg, press yourself up. Let's try together on the second one. So, take that left toe, turn it out. Press down to the legs are nice and wide, bend into the knee. Taking the first variation, elbow to thigh. Press into the elbow and thigh, open the chest, top arm overhead. Good, look down, make sure that left knee stacked over the ankle and going toward the left side of your mat. Maybe the hand starts to go down to the block on the inside. Keep opening the chest. Check your breathing. Exhale here. And press yourself up. Good, going wide, hands on your hips, and then just kind of heel toe, walk those feet in. So hopefully that was helpful for you. We're going to put those together kind of from downward facing dog. So we're going to open our hip, downward facing dog, step it forward, see how that works for you. All right? Have your blocks handy in case you need on either side. Step to the top of your mat. And let's see, I'm going to go to the top of the mat this way. Exhale fully. Take an inhale, reach it up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back to plank, and then lift the hips, downward dog. Good. From downward dog, press into those hands. Hands are spread wide. And then on your inhale, take that right leg lifted up to the ceiling. As you exhale, heel to bum. Keep pressing into those hands. Inhale, lift that right knee to the ceiling. So you're opening your hip to the side. You're pressing in with that right hand. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw knee to nose. And step it forward. Good, so you have that low lunge already. That back heel is going to come to the ground, knee over ankle, and then you're going to press yourself up. Come up to warrior two. Good, breathing here. Check the alignment. Notice how your arms feel. Adding on, inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, right arm reaches forward. Hand to shin or block. Open the chest. Good, press through those legs. Maybe those hands can even hover so you're really pulling in through that lower belly. Exhale, bend back into the knee. Come back, warrior two. Elbow to thigh. Top arm reaches overhead. Open the chest, look up. Inhale there. Exhale. Inhale presses you back up. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Good. Square the hips. Pause there. Plant the hands. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath there. Second side. Inhale, left leg reaches. Exhale, heel to bum. And then inhale, lift that left knee up to the ceiling. So you can look underneath your left armpit. Really open it up. Exhale, straighten the leg. Take an inhale there. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Step the foot forward. Now remember from last time, you can't step it forward. Help it out. And then low lunge there. Back heel drops down. So nice wide. Inhale, come up. Good. So if you notice you're too short or too wide, move that back leg. Pause there, warrior two. Check that front knee. Breathe. Inhale, straightens the front leg. Exhale, tilts that left hip to the back of your mat, or right hip to the back of your mat. Reach that left hand. Hand comes down, shin blocker floor. Shoulder blades draw back. And then exhale, come back, warrior two. Left elbow, left thigh, top arm reaches to begin. Maybe top arm reaches overhead. Again, shoulders roll back, open the hip. Exhale here. Inhale, top arm reaches. Exhale, press yourself back up, warrior two. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Square the hips, pause there. And then step it back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come to the knees. Exhale, hips to heels. So hopefully that was helpful for you. If you need, watch it time and time again. Practice a few more rounds. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully it helps you in a class to help you find more placement for your feet. But again, it's about you knowing your body and what's going to work best for you. I look forward to your comments. Thank you for tuning in. Have a lovely day. Drink lots of water. Eat your veggies. Wear your sunblock. Namaste.